Hi, I'm back. Smaya's now sleeping, so I figured it was an ideal time to just add a bit more information. Um, okay, so in terms of like the pregnancy and the birth, I had quite an easy pregnancy. There weren't any complications, nothing like that. It was pretty smooth sailing. With my scans, Samaya didn't really she wasn't very cooperative. She was always faced the wrong way. I used to have to go on walks and bounce up and down and do star jumps. I remember we paid for a 3D scan. Was so excited, and the day that we were meant to go, we ended up in the wrong location. So I started to panic, and thinking that we would lose our money, thinking that we would lose our space. It was quite far. I think we had to drive for like an hour from North London to South, um, combined with getting lost and needing to go to the toilet regularly. It wasn't very fun. Once we got there, Smay was asleep. She had curled up. She had her head on I think it was on the placenta. It acted as a pillow, and was comfy. She was not getting up for no one. In the end, I had to run around the car 20 times and do star jumps and change numerous positions. And in the end, we managed to just get a few movements from her. It was a little bit disappointing, to be fair. It wasn't the most, for what we paid, it wasn't great. I don't think I'd be doing that again, to be honest. Um, when it came to my labor, that I had a TENS machine. If for those of you that don't know what a TENS machine is, it goes on your back, with little pads, and it sends like electro signals, some sort of signals, a bit similar to the slimming massagers, which we also sell at UHA, by the way. Um, and it worked for me. It didn't really relieve the pain, but I wasn't really in that much pain, to be fair. It more blocked my mind from thinking about the pain. I had a 36-hour um, pre-labor, which was basically just contractions. I went to the hospitals, which they advise you not to do until you really need to. But as far as I was concerned, she was coming. Um, I went there 3 or 4 times, got sent home, and then the one time that I begged the higher being to bless me with being able to stay in the hospital. I got to the hospital and within an hour she was born. So I was very, very grateful. They didn't have time to put in the epidural. As they were putting it in, I was pushing, so they had to stop. Uh, my waters broke as I was pushing. It was pretty exciting. Other than that, it was pretty simple, to be fair. Um, I took to motherhood quite quickly, and got used to the lack of sleep. I feel like that probably was an easier transition than maybe some other women have had, which has added to me wanting to stay at home with Sumaya, because she's quite a content child. She's quite easy to manage, other than being excitable, which I'm presuming that it's good for her development. That she's so excitable and eager to learn and eager to touch things and press buttons and mess up my files and roll around, and it's pretty exciting. Yeah, it kind of couples with she wasn't gonna cooperate when she was in the womb, and she certainly isn't gonna cooperate now. She is definitely her mother's child.